Morning.
Good morning.
Rather surprised to find you living here.
Were you?
Yes, rather an expensive option for one in your financial straits.
Well, it's very good of you to worry about my financial circumstances, Christopher. But you'll be pleased to hear I am not staying here.
Yes, I'd like a coffee. Do you do croissant?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bring me a croissant.
I'd like some more coffee too, please.
Thank you. Very good.
I take it Frank doesn't know you're here?
Why do you say that?
Well, does he?
I'm not hiding anything from him, if that's what you mean.
But you don't have his backing.
I don't need his backing for what I'm going to propose.
Don't tell me we're going to be bringing joint action against him after all.
Kim, if you ever thought I'd be on your side against Dad,
I think
then...
the only side you'd ever be on is your own, Christopher.
Do you want to hear what I've got to say or not?
I'm not in any great rush.
Lorraine? Lorraine, love, Beth's come to see you.
Hello, Lorraine. Did you send for her?
No.
Yes, she did.
I'll be upstairs if you need me.
How are you, Lorraine?
Fine.
That's not what I heard. I heard you were very upset last night.
I just had a few drinks, that's all.
Oh. Well, your mum seemed to think there was a bit more to it than that.
Yeah, well, she just exaggerates everything. Honestly, I'm fine.
Doesn't sound to me like you're fine. Taking a lousy job. Coming home drunk from the blackjack. You really don't think very much of yourself, do you?
So, what's your wonderful proposal, Christopher?
Well, it's a very clean solution. And if your aim is, as you claim, simply to get a fair settlement, I think it's a very good deal for you.
I think I'll be the judge of that.
Put simply, I'd like to buy out your share of Dad's business.
I own 20%, Chris.
I know.
And you're going to buy me out, just like that.
No, in return for...
Sorry, excuse me a moment. Hello? Frank, I wasn't expecting to hear from you. Well, you've called me at a bad moment, actually. Can I call you back? Say half an hour? Fine. Bye. You didn't want a word with him, did you?
Did he say what he wanted?
Think I'd tell you if he did.
She had no right asking you to come. She just likes sticking her nose in my life, messing things up.
She cares about you, Lorraine. She wants what's best for you. Look, she didn't want you to take a job just because it was there. And she knows you don't belong with the kind of mugs that hang around at that blackjack.
All she's bothered about is what other people think.
That is not true, Lorraine. She knows you're worth something. The question is, do you? Do you? Because if you do, I think it's about time you did something for yourself. You need help.
How's some poxy counsellor going to help me?
You'd be surprised.
How do you know? You don't know what it's like to be abused.
No. I never pretended that I did. And I never pretended that I could solve it for you. But I do know you cannot solve it by yourself.
Come in. My, what an unexpected treat. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Oh, I had a few things to pick up. And I was curious. I wanted to know what you'd found out about that bracelet.
I haven't found out anything about the bracelet yet. Someone's looking at it this afternoon, but what I have found out is the law.
And?
I'm afraid you're right. Anything found on Tate's land belongs to Tate.
To him that hath, it shall be given.
Yeah. Still, if it's any consolation, my pal doesn't think it'll have much value. Not from the sound of it.
Well, I don't care one way or the other now. Not if it's Frank's.
You're right. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Therapy can't get rid of the past, but what it can do is to help you to face up to it and move on. And I promise you, it's going to hurt a hell of a lot less letting all these feelings out than it does holding them all in.
How do you know?
Face it, Lorraine. Is anything that happens to you now going to make you feel any worse than you already do?
I'm so scared.
Scared of what?
What if it doesn't work? What if I don't feel any better about myself? What if everything he said about me turns out to be true?
Come here.
You still haven't told me how you're going to raise the money.
Don't really think that's got anything to do with you.
It's got everything to do with me. I want to know whether this is for real or not.
I can raise at least 100,000 on Milk Cottage, and I reckon I can pull together another 50 if I call in all my debts.
Well, by my reckoning, you're still 100 grand short.
That's what you're working to, is it? $250,000.
All I've ever wanted is my share of the business, Christopher. It's my right.
Well, some people might say you've forfeited your right by the way you've carried on.
Well, if that's the way you feel, we can always leave it up to the courts to decide. But I get the impression you want to avoid that.
Of course I do. I don't want Dad or the business to suffer because of some ridiculous legal wrangling.
Is it your father's well-being you're thinking about, Christopher, or your own?
What do you mean?
Well, this is a glorious opportunity for you to make yourself an equal partner with Frank.
That has got nothing to do with it. I just don't want to see Dad ruined.
Why don't I believe you, I wonder?
Do you want to do a deal or not?
Not at 150 grand, no. It's not enough.
All right. Say we agreed to 250,000 and said this was the down payment.
I'm going to need time to consider.
No, you take it or leave it. You either agree or the deal's off.
Pull the other one, Christopher. Apart from anything else, I need to consult my lawyers. I'll tell you when I'm good and ready.
There you go.
Cheers.
There you go.
Not picking this dinner time, then?
Neither are you, by the look.
No, I'm too busy today. Fine, love.
Yeah, well, same goes for me. Said I'd meet Mum down here at lunchtime. You're not seeing her, have you, Lynn?
No, she went into Harrogate with Alan this morning. They said they'd be back by 12, though.
It's lovely, Alan. Thanks very much.
My pleasure. Sorry we're late, Lynn. Carol not here?
No. She phoned and said she couldn't make it this morning, but she'll be in this evening without fail.
Ah, Lorraine's turned up, has she?
Yeah.
Trouble with that girl is she knows she's got her mother on the run.
Enjoy your morning.
Yes, thanks, Lynn. Lovely.
Is that a new bread, Mum?
Yeah, Alan bought it for me. Isn't it sweet of him? I'll see you in a minute, love.
Has she gone?
Yeah. She said to say goodbye.
I think I'll make some soup. Would you like some?
That'd be nice. Are you not going into work today?
No, I rang them and told them I wouldn't be in this lunchtime.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, I'm sorry about everything. Beth thinks she can get me in to see that counsellor. Just hope it works, that's all.
Oh, it'll work. You've got so much going for you. If you can just put what's happened behind you. Lorraine, I don't suppose you'd think about going back to school as well, would you?
No.
Well, Mrs. Jeffries thinks there's still time. You could do really well if you put your mind to it.
I don't fit in there.
I know, love, but it'll make such a difference to you later on if you've got a few GCSEs under your belt. Look, you don't have to decide now. Just tell me you'll think about it.
Okay. I'll think about it. Just please don't nag me.
I won't say another word.
I'll have to go back to Scarborough at the weekend. Can't leave your gran any longer.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know, but I can't ask the neighbours to keep popping in and out. Mind you, Alan's not too happy about it.
Oh, there you are, Seth. I've been looking for you all day.
Looking for me? What for? Don't tell me you want your old job back.
No, thanks. Can I have half a lager, please, Lynn? Listen, I need some pheasant's eggs. Sarah's got it into her head that the sponges will be better if she uses them.
Oh, well, she's right there. I don't know when I'll have time to collect them, though.
I know you're a busy man, Seth. I can get them myself.
Right, well, you know where they are.
Sure. I'll need about a dozen.
Oh, well, she will need more than she would with hen's eggs. So make sure she knows that, will you?
Yeah, I'm sure she'll work that out for herself, Seth. Cheers.
That was a very nice brooch you bought Caroline, Alan.
Yes, I thought so. I'm glad you liked it.
Not her birthday, is it?
No,
So what's it in aid of?
nothing. Present doesn't have to be in aid of anything.
No. It's nice to see you enjoying each other's company so much.
Yes, isn't it? It's very nice for us too. We've always got on well together.
A little romance never did anyone any harm.
Romance?
Right,
Yes, yes, I can remember that.
Oh, you don't fool us, Alan.
Mum, I will see you before you go, won't I?
Yes, love, of course you will.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Bye, love. Alan,
Yeah.
could I have a word with you, please?
Yes, of course.
In private?
Len, you can hold the thought for a moment, can't you?
As long as you like, Alan. I'm not going anywhere this afternoon. Enjoy yourselves.
What are you up to, Alan?
Sorry?
Oh, don't come the innocent with me. I heard every word in there. You were deliberately allowing Lynn to get the impression there's something going on between us.
No, I don't think so. No, and you know, if Lynn... Well, do you know Lynn?
Yes, I do.
Well, she's always jumping to conclusions.
And you were encouraging her.
No.
Alan, I heard you. You can't help yourself, can you? Why do you always resort to play acting and pretence? I mean, look at the lies you told that woman at the dance last week.
Old habits die hard, I suppose. But I don't mind if people think we're a couple. And she was only teasing. She wasn't being serious. I think I'm quite flattered, actually.
Oh, don't try and get round me like that, Alan.
You're still a very fine-looking woman, you know.
And underneath it all, you are a very nice man, and you'll make somebody a smashing partner. But it isn't me. We know each other far too well.
Yes, I know. But you've been so good for me these past weeks. I don't know how I'm going to manage without you.
Well, I've had an idea that I think is going to give you a new lease of life. Do you think you can get 2 or 3 hours off this evening?
Yes, I suppose so, if Carol doesn't let me down.
Right, we're going out.
Am I allowed to ask where?
No, there's only one thing you need to know.
Yes.
Don't wear anything too smart. I wouldn't want your clothes to get spoiled. I told you not to dress up.
It's not too fancy, is it? Well, where are we going?
Come on.
That's in honour of Archie.
It's only lasagna.
It's more than I get.
It's because you don't eat it half the time. Where are you meeting Kim?
Oh, usual place. You haven't seen my jet cufflinks, have you?
Dad, you lost them.
Did I?
One night you're on the razzle, you said you gambled them or something.
Did I? You sure I said that?
Yes. Why would I make it up?
No, I'm not suggesting that. It's just, Oh, well, I used the mother of pearl. Now, have a nice evening.
And you.
Is that likely?
Ah, is this where we're going?
Yep.
I must say, I'm most intrigued. What is it, a whist drive?
No.
I hope it's not country dancing.
No, it's not country dancing.
Thank goodness for that.
Hello, Roy.
You going to eat here?
Hardly, Alan. Look, come through here and I'll introduce you to the warden. She's an old friend of mine. Hello. Hi. Hello, Mrs. Bruce.
Oh, hello.
This is Alan Turner. He's volunteered his services for this evening.
So, why are you behaving so aggressively, Kim? Minority shareholders' action. It's outrageous.
I'm not prepared to wait forever for a settlement.
It's been 5 months, Kim. That's hardly forever.
I thought you were coming here to propose a deal, not create a scene.
I'm not creating a scene.
So, do you have something constructive to suggest or not?
I'm prepared to instruct my solicitor to negotiate a divorce settlement.
Good.
On condition. On condition that you withdraw your minority shareholders' action.
That'll depend on the terms of the settlement.
That's for the solicitors to work out.
Come on, Frank. The solicitors aren't acting independently. In the end, they do what we tell them. You must know roughly what you're prepared to give me.
I can't give you any details, not off the top of my head.
So you haven't actually discussed this with your solicitor?
Yes, I have, in general terms. I've told them you're to get a fair deal.
You're not proposing anything at all, are you? This is just a delaying action.
Kim, this is not a good time to drag the business under the scrutiny of a lot of outsiders.
I know that, Frank. That's why I don't want to delay. I want my share while there's still something to have a share of.
But you're driving me into the ground. Look, please don't just walk out on me. Let's see if there's a way we can solve this. If you persist with this legal action, you'll ruin me. I don't believe you want to ruin me, Kim. You don't hate me that much, do you?
Hey, this looks delicious.
Thank you. You can dish up.
Right.
Oh, the job's definite, by the way. A letter came today.
You are going to accept it, aren't you?
I'm going to accept it, I think. No, I am. I promise I am. Would it really matter so much if I didn't?
Don't ask stupid questions. You know it would, don't you? I don't know why I like you so much. You do me head in.
I don't mean to. You're the reason I want to stay in Beckendale.
So where shall I put this?
Here. Put it here.
Do you want me to serve it up?
What else are you going to do with a pan of soup?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought perhaps they served themselves.
Not if we want fair shares all round. Will you give out the bread loaf?
Yeah, sure.
OK. Looks like we're set. Roy, you can open up whenever you're ready.
What?
Shut up, we were first.
The bread.
Starving.
All right, Tina, one soup.
Oh, what is it?
It looks like some sort of bean and pea mix.
Oh, that'll do. Usual muck. Can't you make something decent for a change? Not wrong with our taste buds, you know.
That is no way to speak to these good ladies who've been to so much trouble.
Who's this prat?
Oh, just ignore him.
You asked for that. What about you, Marie?
Yeah, I'll have some soup. A lot of soup. I'm eating for 2 days.
Oh, like him, eh? You girls have any luck with that room I told you about?
So one look won't have us.
I'm almost afraid to tell you what he said.
It's not worth anything.
Well, he reckons it is Roman and could fetch at least £8,000 at auction.
You're joking.
I'm not.
Well, £8,000 for that old bit of metal.
Mm-hmm. You still want to hand it over to Tate?
Well, we'll have to, won't we? It's his by right.
In law, yes.
I'll take it up and give it to him in the morning.
Fine.
Eric.
I think you're only supposed to take 2 slices, love.
We're hungry.
Right.
Staring at me.
Stupid. You! Could you get a cloth and clear that up, Alan?
Me?
Well, you have come to help, haven't you?
I'll get a cloth.
These girls need a spelling or a reformatory. They don't need any help.
Well, you just say what they need. You've only just clapped eyes on them.
Yeah, and I've seen quite enough, thank you. They're filthy, they're ungrateful, and they're aggressive.
Well, if that's your attitude, I don't know what you're doing here.
Well, and I tell you, I'm not staying any longer.
Good. We can do without your sort around here. It's difficult enough as it is.
Come on, we're going.
And next time you fancy doing a bit of do-gooding, do it somewhere else, eh?
I just hope nobody's stolen my wallet while my back was turned. I don't know what you think you're doing bringing me down here. I'll wait for you in the Range Rover.
What's up? Company not good enough for you?
The only thing that will send this business down the tubes is if the court rules that I'm not fit to run it.
That's not my fault, Frank.
You think about it, Kim. What's this action going to do to my reputation? Word will get around, and in this business, everything depends on confidence. When people lose confidence in you, then you might as well forget it.
The court's not going to just take my word for it. They're going to look at the facts. Anyone would think it was my action that was causing all the problems.
It is. Can't you see that? It'll ruin us.
You're the one who's ruining us, all on your own, without any help from me.
Yeah, well, you know why, though. Look, I'm not blaming you. I know I'm not handling this well. But when you just walked out on me like that, it was a hell of a thing for me to come to terms with.
Frank, for the last time, you're the one who's throwing it all away.
I'm not. I'm trying. I've got everything under control now. Have I had a drink this evening?
No.
Well, then.
You were drunk the day you mucked up the Emerson contract. And you were drunk the day you sacked Joe.
All I'm asking, Kim, is for a chance. I'm begging you. If what you had means anything to you, then please, please, please call off this legal action. If you do, I promise you, I'll see you all right.
I can see you've enjoyed your evening.
You're lucky I waited. Was this supposed to be some sort of joke?
No.
As I tell you, Caroline, it was not very funny. I'm looking for friendship and companionship, possibly even romance. And you dragged me down here amongst a lot of hopeless derelicts and dreary do-gooders.
I brought you here because I thought you might stop thinking about yourself and your own needs for once.
I beg your pardon?
I thought if you saw how the other half lives, you might realise that you've got quite a lot to be grateful for.
Are you implying that I'm selfish?
Yes, I am. You are. You're completely wrapped up in yourself and your own problems.
Thank you very much for the lecture. I suppose I'd better get you home.
Yeah, I suppose you better have.
I hadn't realised how little you understood me.
You really are one of the most selfish men I've ever met.
We both had a very narrow escape.
It's very quiet, isn't it, for such a big house?
Dad's late. I thought he'd be back.
Is that a bad sign?
Could be.
Well, I'll stay with you if you want till he comes back.
You've nothing better to do.
Can't think of anything. Don't do that yet. I've been wanting to do that all night.
What took you so long?
I didn't know if you'd want me to.
Fool.
You're so beautiful. All right, you're not. You're just average. I don't know what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. I'm so nervous.
I'm safe.
I love you as I always have done.
I love you too.
I want to spend the night with you.
I'm not going to throw you out.